right, we are back. Um, Today I want to talk about something real quick. Um, the last couple weeks I've been working out. I've been hitting the gym. I've been eating right. I've been doing everything that you're supposed to do right. I've been on the mark. So the first week I lost 6 pounds. I felt pretty darn good about that. I weigh in every Monday, and so today I stepped on the scale and I didn't lose a single pound. In fact, I gained zero point 0.8 of a pound, which really doesn't mean much. It tells me that I'm at the same spot I was last week. Most frustrating thing about that is, man, I worked my tail off this week. I ran a 5K. I exercised 4 or 5 times over the week. I ate right. I logged all my calories. I was perfect within my calorie range the entire time. So yeah, you get a little frustrated by that. But I started thinking about it and came to a little realization is the more I think about it, it's something that I have termed the biggest loser week 2 theory. If you watch that show, Biggest Loser, a lot of people don't like that show because it gives false expectations. You know, you see these people who are working out 30 hours a day, losing 15 pounds a week. You know, in 12 weeks they end up losing 200 pounds, and you know they give this human expectation of that everybody can do that and it's really that easy, and it's not. It's obviously not. It's made for TV. But what I do get out of that is, if you've ever watched the show, the first, they go in there in the first week and they just kill them, and then they get these, they step on the scale and they get these big old results, and then everyone just, advertisers go crazy, and all the weight loss that happens. It's an incredible thing, but it's manufactured. But what happens in week 2? Week 2 is the big thing that I'm getting out of this. Is if you've ever watched that show, week 1, someone will lose 15 pounds. But in week 2, what do? They gain a pound, or they get 0 pounds, or they only lose 1 pound, and it's a big ordeal. Well, what's happening is, even if you work out 1,000,000 hours a day and you only eat air, your body has to go through an adjustment. So that's what I'm going through right now, is that adjustment. It's not something that is to be worried about, but the speed bump is what happens with your motivation and how your drive is affected. Because frankly, this morning when I stepped on the scale and I saw 0 pounds and it went up, it was kind of like, the hell with this, man. I don't want to do this anymore. This is stupid. Well, I've done that 100 times in the last 10 years. It's like a roller coaster. I mean, your weight goes up. You don't realize it. Then you're motivated. I'm going to lose all this weight. And then it goes down. And then you're like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm going to do this. Look how awesome I am. And then it doesn't come off. And then you struggle with it. And then you get frustrated. And if you're like me, as a food addict, when you get frustrated, you go straight to food. So, I can't tell you how many times I had lost 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Heck, one time I was 85 pounds. I lost 110 pounds. I think I've said in the past video when I went through a divorce, and I gained it all back because food was not only my enemy, but it was my comfort, which is kind of a bizarre thing. But I say all that to say, when you get frustrated in your second week of doing something, don't give up on it. The motivation might slow down, but don't let that change what you're doing. If you've started something recently and you saw early success and it gave you a little bit of a pat on the back, but then it got hard, don't stop. That's not what I'm going to do this time. I've learned that lesson. Not only am I going to stop wimping out, and I'm going to stop running to food for my answers, I'm going to not only continue, but I'm going to put the gas pedal even farther down. I'm going to work harder this week. I'm going to be even better in spite of the results. So those of you that have followed me in a long time kind of laugh, because you know how hell-bent I am at the scale. The scale, I'm a scale addict. I love the scale. I step on it every day, probably a few times a day. And people tell me not to do that, but it's my accountability, because I never get fat when the scale is being watched. It's when I don't pay attention is when I lose my focus. So not only am I going to push harder, I'm going to step on that gas pedal, I'm going to eat better. And week 3 on The Biggest Loser, they always go back to losing 15 pounds. So I might not lose 15, and I might not even lose 1, but at the end of next week, I'm going to run a 5K, and my times are going to be shorter. I'm going to feel better, and my life is going to be improved. So if you're watching this, that's my challenge to you, is not only do something, not only get off the couch, but get off the couch. If you're not off the couch yet, get off the couch. But once you've gotten off that couch, make a commitment to do that for more than a week, more than 2 weeks. Set yourself out for 30 days and set yourself a goal. Because if you don't set that goal, you can't achieve that goal. So, yeah, that's what I got for this week. We're going to make it short. I love you guys. Keep following me. Don't forget to subscribe to the page, the blog, all that fun stuff. I'm all over the internet, but, you know, my outro will show you what that is. I don't monetize my blogs, nothing like that. But I want you guys to follow me, and I want to be able to follow you guys. So cheer me on. In a couple years from now, I'm going to be, you know, super skinny, super strong, and we're all going to be famous. But until then, it's one step at a time, one meal at a time, one day at a time. So peace out. I'm going to go get some lunch, and I'll see you guys next time.